So Small Somerset again, and I thought I'd just do a quick video, a smaller video this week on this outfit. So I thought I would introduce you to my first dress make. When I started sewing, one of the first projects I actually did was a pair of pyjama trousers from the first Great British Sewing Bee book, and their pyjama pattern. Sadly, I no longer have those pyjamas. I did them in a really nice brushed cotton I picked up in Exeter Fabric Centre. So my first proper dress I made, and I felt really proud of it, was this one here. So before I continue, I'll just let you know that I'm wearing my recently made Clara blouse out of the green polka dot, which I showed you in my video last week, and my hot off the press Bertha cardigan from Tilly and the Buttons, which I have made this morning. I've really enjoyed it. So back to my dress bomb here. So I picked this fabric up also in Exeter Fabric Centre. I come from Devon, in a place called Honiton, and we live obviously not far from Exeter, and that Exeter Fabric Centre is a lovely place to just get a random array of fabrics. Not really sure what the cotton makeup is. I think this is definitely a cotton. And I remember seeing the colours and the print, and I just loved how bold it was, and I knew straight away I wanted to make a dress in it. So this is one of the Simplicity Project Runway designs from a few years ago. Has this really kind of nice detailed neckline, and then its big fashion statement is these lovely bars on the back bodice here, and then a semicircle skirt to finish off the bottom, and a double layered cap sleeve. So for a first dress, it had a few challenges. It had a concealed zip, of which I know now that actually there's probably not the best concealed zip I've ever made, because you can all see it from the camera. But I did kind of reasonably get my waist seam match-ups, so there was a good part in there. I also had, I remember when I stitched the facing on here, and I was clipping my seams, I caught the back bodice panel, and I cut a hole in it, and I was gutted, scrambled out for the rest of the fabric, and we managed to find the fabric. I put the pattern down, cut it out, pulled it up, and realised that the hole was here, and I'd cut out this back panel. So we just, between me and my mum, she was there to help me, we just managed to scrape a second back panel to replace the one I cut a hole in. And then ever since then, a lesson I've learned is to always make sure I'm really careful with trimming my seams. I really liked the details of these bar panels, and I've used this bodice pattern with another Project Runway skirt to make a floor length dress I wore to a friend's wedding and to my grand's 85th birthday party. Though I know now I'm a bit more confident, I would alter this one slightly, and I think I'd move it down. This doesn't quite cover, it doesn't quite sit where my bra strap is, and I think in future, if I was ever to do a bodice like this again, I would move this to make sure it covers my bra strap, just to make it easier to wear. But I thought it was nice to go back to my roots. I used blue thread because I kind of liked that little added addition of just something a bit brighter for the top stitching, and it kind of emphasises the lovely blue colours in this fabric. And she still fits. I do get some wear out of her. I really like wearing her on a really good summer's day that I'm hoping we'll get a few more out of our lovely summer in August. But yeah, I thought it was just nice to go back to where I started and see how far I've come. And I know I've recently made a few pairs of trousers and some dresses, and I know my invisible zip insertion is much better. I use the tips and tricks I picked up from Lisa Comfort and Elisa Lex by Hand London. They both say about tacking it in with a normal zip before, so then you don't have the pins and the movement before tacking it in with a concealed zip, and I've had so much more success with my concealed zips since I've been doing that technique, so I know there's that. But it was a lovely fit, and yeah, I'm glad I've still got her. She's, for a first, she makes me proud to know that she was my first dress, and also a dress I had to wait until I finished my dissertation before I was allowed to make it. That was the rule I had with my mum, in agreement. And yeah, I'm just pleased with how she's come out, how she still fits and she's still going, which shows the robustness of handmade sewing. So she's about 5 to 7, I can't know, it could be 7, could be 5. I think it could be 7 years. She's 7 years old and she's still going strong. So yeah, I'm very pleased, and I thought a good interim video to get to know me a bit more is to find out where I started, and to think now I'm much more, I've for some, I know that sewing with knits is a big challenge, and I've sat here this morning and I've sewn together this one, of which was a lovely trust relationship. I've had a trust relationship with my overlocker recently, and actually I've managed to complete this completely on my overlocker, and I'm really proud because she's not been brilliant, she's been skipping and she's been off, and she finally managed to get her in the right settings. I can only use one of my needles because I think the other one's broken, and actually she's come together really tightly. The tension's all perfect, which I know for some people who use an overlocker, getting that perfect overlocking ready. So I actually created this, what is a really nice comfortable slouchy pattern, and it goes really well with my new Clara belts, which again I'm so pleased with, and just sits so nice. So yeah, it's a good contrast to go back to the start, and I think as we go through the months, I'll give you other short updates of some of my older sewing makes and the lessons I've learned. So definitely taking my time was one out of this, and checking my panel pieces if I ever have to recut. So thanks for listening to me again today. Please follow me on Instagram at SewSmall25. I'll put a link here, and hopefully I'll see you next week with another update. Might be more on my July makes as well.